It was a usual day. I woke up feeling crappy, but nothing a cup of Diet Coke couldn't remedy. Yep, I drink soda first thing in the morning. For me, soda is coffee. I ate my cereal, got ready, and drove to school. I spent the entire day wishing for my bed. What I didn't expect was that my bed would be the last thing I wanted to come home to after this insane nightmare. At the very least, I assumed it was a nightmare. I really hoped that was a nightmare. When I came home, I dumped my bag onto the sofa and rushed upstairs, my body following suit as I flung myself face first onto what I thought was my secure, comfy bed. My consciousness soared far from my existence the moment my face met my pillow. I suddenly woke up and looked at the time. 3 o'clock in the morning. I realized I hadn't phoned or even said goodnight to my boyfriend. I just brushed it off and sent him an apology, believing things would be okay the next morning. I went downstairs to grab a drink since I was thirsty. I struggled upstairs to discover my door open when I thought I had closed it. I was still half sleepy at the time, so I didn't think much of it. I sagged back into my bed, but I couldn't sleep as easily as before. Have you ever had the impression that someone is watching you, but you know it's not true? This is how I felt. A tickle of a glare searing to the back of my brain. I faced the wall so that it was the only thing I could see, which clearly did nothing for my safety but did assist to alleviate my panic. I attempted to sleep by closing my eyes. Just as I'm ready to fall asleep, I hear the rustling of my keys on the floor and a tiny pull on the covers I'm using as a refuge. I paused and decided to curl myself like a little unborn child in my mother's womb. The sheets began to rise and the mattress began to sink under the weight of another person. Someone was climbing into my bed. Is it my mom? But she'd never do that. And then a small chuckle in a deep, ugly voice welcomed me. My eyes widened, but I couldn't bring myself to turn around. I lay in fright, sweating, till I felt a hand caress my arm and gently grip it. It gradually drew me towards the direction of the individual. It twisted me till my skull clicked into place. I was suddenly confronted with this entity, this monstrosity. Its arm was still grasping my arm, tightening with each passing second. I kept my eyes closed because I didn't want to see. I couldn't do it. Its hold on my arm became so strong that it caused my excruciating agony. I had to open my eyes and look at what was in my bed. As my eyes focused, I could see a grin practically from ear to ear, with rotten teeth hanging free from his wounded gums. His eyes were wide open, and his gaze was frenzied and bloodshot. His brow creased, and a few strands of hair stuck out from his worn scalp. I attempted to get up and out of there, but I couldn't. He was not only grabbing my arm, but he was also pulling me down into my bed. I kicked him in the crotch and ran for the front door, his heavy footsteps trailing behind me. I fumbled for the keys and slammed the door open when I noticed he wasn't following. I realized I wasn't alone in that house. My mother and brother were sound asleep, and I knew they weren't light sleepers. I calmed myself down and raced back inside, equipped with a knife from my kitchen with a rush of adrenaline. I moved up the stairs quietly, and to my astonishment, the man was standing in my younger brother's room. The door closed on my face, and I tried to tear it down with all my might. My mother was definitely awakened, and she raced out of her room to investigate what was going on, and she quickly assisted me in breaking down the door. We dashed in to discover the man on my brother's bed, simply caressing his hair and humming. The hum has turned into a snarl. That's when I thought I woke up. I was in my bed as normal. I stood up and began to open my door when I heard a faint whine followed by a growl. And the entity was there, outside my door, waiting for me to come out. I shut the door closed and I immediately woke up. Another sigh of relief, but is the dream really over? I heard another faint sound from outside, and so I opened the door and was greeted again by the entity. I shut the door and I woke up again. I am in a constant loop of fear and trepidation. Only after a few hundred rewinds did I realize that I might be in hell, not because of my sins, but because of this being who wanted to cuddle me at night.